Hi, I'm Kei Mizumori. Recently, on the internet, there are many movies and articles associating the number 369 with Nikola Tesla. I think there is something strange. So this time, I'd like to talk about the inconvenient truth for the secret of 369. It is believed that Nikola Tesla said, if you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have a key to the universe. But unfortunately, there is no record that he said so, though he had a strong preference for the number 3. There is a possibility that the questionable information has been spread over the internet. But I can say, if you know the secret of 369, you can change the world. Then I'm going to explain the hidden secret about the 3, 6, and 9 through this movie. But I have to say, the number 3, 6, 9 is not a main subject, but just a key to something. Nobody specifies it's something. I mean main subject. Then useless information is spreading out. Our civilization happens to use the decimal system so that the number 369 has an important meaning. But if you visit another planet, you must use another numbering system, and different numbers must have special meanings. Though the content is important, questionable information is spread out without mentioning the content. This is also the strange situation. As I know the story behind, I thought I should not leave it as it is. Then I decided to tell the story. To tell the truth, there was a person who had discovered the secret of 369 and succeeded in its application in the 19th century. His name is John Keely, an American inventor. He had discovered a principle for power production based on the musical vibrations of tuning forks, and that music could resonate with atoms or with the ether. For his engine, water, air, or ether was utilized. It was far different from the steam engine, which consumed fossil fuel. With unknown energy for the people in those days, he made cannons and guns which produces extremely high power. By his successful demonstrations, it impressed journalists, scientists, investors. Then with high expectation to change the world, Keely Motor Company became famous. Later, he was wrongly regarded as a fraud, but his greatest achievement was gravity control. I mean changing the weight of objects by the principle based on the 369. For example, with the application of specific code of sounds, he could float some objects in the air. And he could even increase the weight of the object and sink it into the ground. But it was a rediscovery of the gravity control by sound waves. Because in ancient times, I believe some wise men had known the way to reduce the weight or even float heavy objects like huge stones by use of sounds or vibrations. For the detailed explanation about ancient anti-gravity technology, please see my anti-gravity course of Kei Mizumori's alternative science school. But in the modern era, the rediscovery made by Keely was what began it all. He utilized chords based on the law of 369. It was a combination of multiple frequencies of sounds. If we look back on our history, the secret of 369 was mentioned in the book published in 1893. The book was written by Clara Bloomfield Moore, who was a Keely's patron. John Keely was a famous inventor in the late 19th century. Nikola Tesla, 17 years younger than Keely, couldn't understand his inventions and felt envy for his success as he had found providers. I believe Tesla must have wanted to find out the secret of 369 at any cost. Then he had a strong preference for the number 3 and possibly 6 and 9 too. But Tesla couldn't solve the secret of 369. This is reality. That's why I had a strange feeling when I saw the movies and articles about the secret of 369 by Nikola Tesla. But in 1921, Dr. Edgar Hollingshead, who was a professor in physics in Los Angeles, successfully found out the secret of 369. He invented what is called odic ray. Then, emitting the odic ray, he could reduce and increase the weight of objects. With the odic ray, he could change a rock into transparent, disintegrate into pieces instantly, melt substances, and even decompose water into hydrogen and oxygen. It was up to the adjustment of its wavelengths. Further, it penetrated into steel board of 14 cm thickness and even lead board of 28 cm thickness. The most remarkable achievement by Dr. Hollingshead was to reduce the weight of metals up to 20% and to increase it too. You may ask, what is odic ray? It is thought that the odic ray was a product of normal electromagnetic waves like X-ray or ultraviolet ray. But it seems to be the combination of multiple electromagnetic waves based on the law of 369. In short, impossible things exceptionally happened because of the application of the law of 369. You may also ask why the weight of objects would change. To explain that, I have to tell you what gravity is at first. To tell the truth, according to Dr. Hollingshead, it is not what we have believed at all. Not to take long, I explain it on another movie titled Secrets of 369 by John Keely and Edgar Hollingshead. But if I concisely explain, I should say the weight of object depends on the velocity of electrons' movement in the object. Then the adjustment of the wavelengths or frequencies based on the law of 369 makes the object heavier or lighter. Unlike Keely, Dr. Hollingshead couldn't fully float the object in the air. But still, he was the second person who could overcome gravity in the modern era. Now let's talk a little about the secret of 369. Even Tesla couldn't find out. It is believed that there are two polarities in this world. For example, positive and negative in electricity, north and south in magnetism. But Keely found there are three polarities, not two polarities in this world. Later, Dr. Hollingshead also found them. Three polarities are positive, negative, and dominant. This corresponds to 3, 6, and 9. That is positive 3, negative 6, and dominant 9. You may ask, what is dominant? Actually, this is one of the biggest mysteries we don't know. As it takes some time, I explain dominant on another movie titled Secret of 369 by John Keely and Edgar Hollingshead. But important thing is the following. The combination of positive 3 and dominant 9 produces attraction, while combination of negative 6 and dominant 9 produces repulsion. Keely and Dr. Hollingshead rediscovered and utilized the law of 369. Then they could reduce and increase the weight of object. This is the real secret of 369. That's why I said, if you know the secret of 369, you can change the world. What is dominant? What is the source of gravity? What happened to Keely, Dr. Hollingshead, and their technologies afterward? Why can't we reproduce the ancient anti-gravity technologies? Not only all these questions are answered, but also more detailed explanation is made on the movie titled Secrets of 369 by John Keely and Edgar Hollingshead. I hope you have enjoyed this movie and see other movies too.